after you're about to listen to a fat man whine about some anime titties for a little bit, because guess what? This caught my eye and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to talk about it, because I actually, quote-unquote, enjoy this show for what it is, for the most part, and we're talking about High School DxD, which is the most, I would say, cliche titty show, for the most part. Like, it just, overall, it's one of those shows, alright? It's just one of those harem shows where the guy has a bunch of girls on him, and it's like, and maybe one guy or two, because his dick is the most powerfulest thing in the entire universe, which just cleanses on everything. And I'm going to say something about this. I think this is an enjoyable show. I think, like, if anything, what I enjoy about this show is probably, I'd say, the characters and all that. No, regardless of what and all that, it's like, it's still a nothing show for the most part, but it just has an enjoyable cast in my eyes, and the first two seasons are pretty goddamn good. I'm not going to say too much about the third season because, to be honest, I haven't actually finished the third season. I probably watched 2 episodes and then stopped, and then just forgot to go and finish it. And then they decided to show the new season, which is Hero, and they decided to have a drastic art style change where the show looks completely fucking different from this point. And I'm going to say when I originally saw it, because before the actual anime promo, which I'm going to link down below, before this is shown, they showed an actual like little visual shot of the show, and I'm not going to lie, I fucking hated the art style when I first looked at it. It looked like moe shit, which I'm not like, not to really insult, even though I've already gone into it. It's just that we see about 8, 7 of those shows come out, and you can even say that about harem shows as well. We always see a dozen of them come out, but at the end of the day, I don't really care for like fucking moe shows at the most part. I can watch 1 or 2 every now and then if they're like really good, but for the most part it's like you always get these little cute girls doing cute things because you know, we're adorable. But the art style change like can be for like mainly 2 reasons, and I would say the promo looks a lot better. The first reason is maybe the light novel had a different change of style of like art style. Like with the light novels, like they do change over time, so maybe this is one thing that they actually had. Another reason could be it's a different studio, which like I didn't particularly check up on the studio for like DxD. I mean, it's a fucking anime harem show for the most part. And the third reason is that like what we had with the Pokemon franchise is that they decided to change the entire art style because one, while you look at like certain still shots like little bits here and there where it just doesn't look great, but when you see it animated, there is a lot of fluent animation to it. Like regardless of what, like it looks really good in animated form. Like a lot of the characters there are moving. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Akino getting on that Issei, that looks pretty goddamn good. And you know, all jiggle physics are there, you know, we can all appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie though, like we're in the 4th season at this point and all that, and I know it's a fucking harem show, but how in the mother of fuck has Issei not even slipped it in at one of these? Like, I know it was a big thing for a while with Rias, like it was like, oh, we're gonna get into that, but it's like at this point it's like it always pisses me off. The same thing with Talaru. It's like you've got so many bitches, like how, like you're making this fucking fat man jealous over here, come on, like put a little bit of effort. I mean, I think people can agree as well. I think Akino is best girl, just saying that, although if you're a Rias lover and all that, I'm not gonna like deny that. Zenobia, you know, we got some there. I don't really care too much to Kaneko, I'm not into that lowly shit, but like regardless of what, like I guess like she changed a lot in like season 3 because she's a lot more fucking clenchy on Issei at this point. Like I was like, oh, alright then, she's just getting in there now, like at this point. But overall, like there was a little screenshot as well of the fight scene, and it looked actually kind of like well animated because like most of the stuff from season 1 and 2 was kind of still shot. But then again, I still would rather prefer the old art style. But then again, you can't really complain. I'm thinking at this point, it's like, if it's going to look better and if, like, the content of the show is good, then I'm going to watch it. I might see an episode or 2 of the show, but I think I'd rather actually see Season 3, and I did hear Season 3 was okay for the most part. I don't think it was as good as Season 1 and 2. It's just, like, at the end of the day, it's just an enjoyable show, and I just wanted to talk about, and I feel like it's an interesting discussion where is a series art style change animation? Like, do you think that is a huge detriment to the show? Like, we've had this stuff happen before where other series have been thrown off to different studios. We've got the whole situation happening right now with what we've got with One Punch Man. It is being changed, like it's no longer being handled by Madhouse, and everyone just agreed. It's like, oh, this is going to be fucking disappointing because it's just going to be one of those situations where it's like, oh god, fucking damn it. But if we do see some screenshots, or if we actually see where it looks like in animation, then I'm curious to see where it is. Personally, I still think with the One Punch Man situation, it's going to still look a little disappointing compared to Madhouse, because that that's where Madhouse really shines in their action shows. Or we've had an example where The Grey Man had a huge change, and that made a lot more sense because, one, it was a huge time jump since the last time we actually had a The Grey Man anime. So a lot of the people are like, and a lot of the animators and directors just aren't there anymore, which like is one of the sad things to hear about why One Punch Man isn't having that season as well. So it's just mainly for the fact that we just can't. We just can't because the other guys are busy. So that could be a reason as well. Overall, I'm just curious and all that. I know it's a fucking titty show at the end of the day, but I felt like it was a good segue through an interesting discussion where it's like, are you okay with like some of your series and all that being changed into like different animation studios, or if you're hearing that, you know, this is my favorite show of all time, and then it gets swapped around to either a less, like a kind of subpar studio? Does it really matter at the end of the day, or do you just want to see your favorite characters animated talking for the most part? I feel like it, like, no matter what, some of my favorite shows are some of my favorite because the studios behind them handle the material so well. That's why, like, I would always feel weirded out if something like Gintama wasn't in Sunrise, because that studio has, like, spent decades at this point working on that, like, entire animation crew, and if, like, they ever changed the fucking voice actors, I'd be heartbroken. That's just a clear fact for the most part, because, like, you got a bond with these characters, but with fucking DxD, it's like, if they animate it better, I guess so, but then again, it's like, at the end of the day, like, that first fucking screenshot I saw, which is like, it looked like fucking, I'm sorry, like, I know you guys, some of you love Moe, but it looked like fucking Moe trash. It just looked like another run of the fucking mill K-On shit. At the end of the day, I like my sexy women. That's just how it is. I don't like little girls. I don't like them doing cute little things like that. Just no. Like, you can keep that shit to another fucking side of the fort yourself, but that's all from me. Let me know, like, what you think about this and all that, and what you think about all the studio changes that's been happening recently. But that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.